Hello, everybody. Okay, let's try that again. I hope everyone's doing well today. Um, as I am trying to get all of our different streaming systems logged in today, but happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to everyone. I hope that you are having a fabulous day. Um, as this is our regular day. And yeah, nothing came up the way I thought it would. So I just may be talking to myself. Let's see. Okay, we're getting everybody logged in. And I hope everyone can hear me that I'm turning these on for. Had a little change in their the format, even though I tried to get on early, and I always try to see what's going on. This one caught me off guard today, I must be honest. But yeah, it's Thursday. We're happy that you all are here today. Just want to make sure that we are actually streaming live in our Facebook, on our Facebook group, as we should be. Let's make sure. We want to make sure that everyone is able to hear what we are. Our presentation today, our presentation is going to be on managing stress. And yeah, it just seems like every week there's something different and that we are dealing with as we're learning our new system. So I can't wait for Miss Vanessa to get on and be able to talk to us about stress and stress
Here.
management. And I think I see her coming in now. Hi, Miss Vanessa.
Can you hear me, Keisha?
I can, yes. And I'm trying to get all of our viewers back on.
Um,
So, yes, it's a fun day for us. So, as we're
I
doing
can't
this,
hear. I
hmm,
can't hear.
can you hear me? Well, I'm definitely here. So while we're doing this, I'm going to do today is Giving Thursday. I don't know if you all have seen the actual posting for it on Facebook and Instagram, but it's something that we're going to get started just so you're able to show your love for what we're doing and in the lives of others. As you know, with everything, finances keep things going. I know you're probably tired of hearing me say something about that, but it is the truth. So if you want to participate on Giving Thursdays, we can set it up where you can do recurrent giving on Thursdays. We also are always happy to talk about our campaign. We're getting ready to start the t-shirt campaign, so everyone can start wearing their t-shirts and get questions about what is Dear Encourager, and you can be able to tell them about it. And if you can't tell them about it, you're going to hit contact us, and we're going to send you some information so you can tell them about it. Okay? So I'm going to go back into an engineering role. Can you hear us, Vanessa?
I
Can you hear me?
can. Can you hear me?
I can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into an engineering role and just make sure that everybody is getting our broadcast, and I'll let you take it over. Okay?
Okay. Good evening, everyone. So sorry for my technical difficulties. But today we're going to be talking about stress and managing stress. So, what happened there? Hold on. What happened there? Don't know what happened there. But I am trying to pull up the Google Slides for you, where we will be talking about managing stress. I'm sorry. It's let me go this way. I thought it was in my slides, and it's not there right now. So hold on. Just love all of our issues each week. Definitely when all of this gets done, it should be great. Okay. So let me get back on here. Oh, thank you, Keisha. Teamwork makes the dream work. Okay. Can I get that in? Keisha, can you make it go to the slide? I don't know if it's giving me control because I can barely see it. Thank you. So today we'll be talking about stress management. And the first thing that we're going to discuss is, you're going to have to click it for me, Keisha. Can you go to the next slide? Because I don't have control of it. What is stress? We're going to talk about what happens when we are stressed, what happens to our body, what happens to us mentally and emotionally. And then we're going to talk about how we can handle stress, how we can manage our stress, because stress happens every day. Next slide. Yeah, I don't have control of it. So this is the stress system, what happens and how our body responds. So this whole little diagram talks about how our brain gets a signal and then our body reacts to that signal when a stressor occurs. So this is just a little diagram that shows you how our mind and body acts and reacts to stress when we're presented with stress. And we're presented with stress every day, sometimes several times throughout the day. So next slide. What is stress? Stress is a natural part of life. It is our body's and mind's way of dealing with challenges or change in our life. Stress can be acute, which is short, or it can be chronic stress, which is long lasting stress. And stress, like I said, is every day, and it's our mind and body responding to a threat or an unexpected event. Next slide. Facts about stress. There are negative and positive stressors. Like, for instance, right now, there's an event coming up with Miss Keisha. Her daughter is graduating college, which is a great event, but it also produces stress. Some of it's good stress, some of it may be negative stress, but it's a great event. Just like if someone has a wedding coming up, that's a stressful event, but it's positive, sometimes it's negative when we're thinking about, oh, well, we're going to do this and what we're going to do that. But then it's also a positive stress about the new change, and you're getting to connect and commit to the one you love. Um, Stress is natural and it's different for every person, and it's a natural part of life. Stress usually related to our everyday experiences. We all can benefit. I'm sorry. We all benefit from learning and practicing stress. We all can benefit from learning and practicing stress management strategies. Ongoing or unresolved stress can lead to anxiety, depression, aggression, and physical illness. I'm sorry, this is small. Um, so those are the factors that can lead to ongoing unmanaged stress. When a threat or change or an unexpected event happens, our hypothermia triggers a stress response. We have acute stress, which are short term. Somebody get darts in front of you when you're driving, or you stump your toe, or your kid is crying. Those are acute stressors. Then we have chronic stressors, like if you're dealing with someone with a chronic health disease and you don't um, know what to do or how to care for them. If you're dealing with, you lost your job and you have all these bills to pay and you don't know how to pay them. Um, all of those different things are stressors. And then, like I said, we have the acute stressors, and then we have the chronic stressors, the stressors that are ongoing. And so we have some physiological things that our body does with stress. We become fatigued. We have change in our appetite. Um, our heartbeat faster. We we have a change in our mood. We have a foul mood. We also can't think, aren't able to process things as well. Our appetite change. We can gain weight, lose weight. All these things happen regarding to stress, because stress is not just it's biological and psychological. Because, like I said, our hypothermic gland triggers things, and we respond to those stressors depending on what those stressors are, and we all respond differently. Something triggers us and we have that flight or fight mode that goes on, and that tells us what we're going to do. Next slide. And when stressors happen, we also have psychological things that happen when we're stressed. It's the next slide. Did it go to the next slide? Is it not going?
It's not, but I'm trying really hard.
Okay, let me see if I can put it up here real quick. Let's see if it's going to allow me to do it. Um,
Okay, we might just need to just go on without them.
okay, hold on. I can hold on 1 second.
There we go.
Okay. So what happens when we're stressed? Continue. When stressors are present and you feel under attack, you have the fight or flight reaction is activated. And the psychological effects of stress are depression, anxiety, or feeling of panic. You could also have phobias. Your decision making decreases. You can have memory problems where you are forgetful, difficulty focusing. You become very irritable, impatient, or even angry. You have insecurities. You have relationship difficulties and a decrease in your libido. So all of that affects when you're stressed. All of this happens. Our psychological, we just can't form when we're not dealing with the stress. But remember, stress is a normal part of life. It's these things are when we don't deal with the stress or when it's unmanaged, when it becomes out of balance and we have more stressors and more stress, then we have the coping skills to deal with them. So the next thing we're going to talk about is stress management. Stress can make you feel frustrated and defeated. It also can cause you to withdraw from loved ones or cause you to become abrupt or short with those loved ones or with other individuals. So that's why it is important for us to manage the stress, because these are the things that happen when they are unmanaged or when they are out of balance. So stress management looks different for each individual. Everyone deals with stress differently. Some stress management skills work better than others. Only you know what skills and strategies work best for you. The goal is not to allow negative stress to overwhelm you. So that's the thing. Everything is different. So when we're going over this in a little bit, if I say, hey, go for a jog or go for a walk, if that's not your cup of tea, that's not the thing that you're going to do. If I say, anything that it's a list of things, and you can go on and Google a whole ocean full of different things and activities that you can do to de-stress. But I just did a short list. So why is it important to manage stress? Because our mind, body, and emotions, it is affected. You have headaches. You can have frequent infections, tense muscles causing you headaches, back pain, fatigue. You can even have skin rashes or irritations. Mind, you worry. You have that mud thinking, negative thinking. You can become very judgmental. You can have nightmares. So all of that is happening. Your emotions. You lack confidence. You are irritable, fussy, depressed, or even apathetic. Then with behavior, you can become accident prone, loss of appetite or increased appetite, loss of sex drive, and sometimes people they drink more or take on drugs. You have restlessness. So all of these things are affected by how can we learn to view stress. This is how we don't stress. Do your best and forget the rest. I know that seems simple, but a lot of times, a lot of our stress comes from us being in our head, being perfectionists, or thinking things have to go a certain way. And when they don't go that way, we get all discombobulated. And not to say the thing was even bad, it just didn't go the way that we thought it should or the way that we wanted to. And then our goal is to manage stress, to become relaxed and not so stressed. So, how can we manage our stress? We can manage our stress by using the four R's: redirect, recharge, relax, and refresh. So slow down, relax, and distress. So once again, the four R's are redirect, recharge, relax, and refresh. The first one, redirect. Redirect your attention or focus. When you're becoming stressed, whatever that situation is, take a minute, pause, redirect your attention or focus, because right now in that moment, whatever that situation is, your thought, your mind is clouded. So take a minute, step back, take control of your environment. So a lot of times, like I said, stress comes from an unexpected event or something that most of the time we're not expecting it. So take back control, whether it's remove yourself, whatever. Manage your time. So sometimes we become overwhelmed because we feel like we don't have enough time to do this, or we're running out of time and this thing has to be done or completed by a certain time. Okay. If it doesn't get completed, it's okay. Just we're going to pick back up. Revamp your list. Remove or eliminate some things. We all have that to-do list. Prioritize that list. So if it's a priority, if it's a must, do those. The rest of the things, let it go. Pick them up the next day. Pick them up the next week. It depends on what that is. And know your limits. Know your limits. If this situation cannot be resolved right now, you're at your limit, stop. Move on. Let it go at that time. And you can revisit it later. So know your limits. When you redirect your focus and your attention, it encompasses all of this. So we're going to take control of our time, of our environment. We're going to manage our time. We're going to revamp our list, whether that means remove or eliminate some things, rearrange it, make sure that we're only hitting those priorities, and those other things, as we call them, those big rocks and those other small rocks and those pebbles, we're going to put those to the side. And then know our limits. If we have reached that limit, then it's time to stop. Don't keep trying to go, because you're going to frustrate yourself and you're going to become more stressed. So know your limits and just take a time out. We're going to go to the next one. Recharge. Take a moment, step away, remove yourself from the stressor. So if it's you and a person who's always negative, or if it's with you and the person you're caring for are at odds and y'all can't come to a common ground, take a step back. Go and reevaluate the situation. Focus on the positive. Do a positive self-talk. Don't down yourself. Don't down the other person. Focus on that situation. If it is a situation where you must say no, say no. Say no. Once again, that's going back to knowing your limits. And then we're going to continue to reflect and reassess the situation. Look back and reflect and say, okay, is it me? Because sometimes it is us. Like I said, sometimes a lot of the stress comes from, I want it to go a certain way. You may feel like we need to hit this situation or this problem in this manner. And the person you're caring for may be like, no, let's do it this way. and you feel like your way is the better way or the easier way or whatever. But let's reflect. Maybe your way is better, but does that mean that the other way isn't just as good? Does it mean it's going to harm us or hurt us to do it the other way? Sometimes we are the stressor. So sometimes we have to take ourselves back, reflect, reassess, and then that's when we go to the next one. Be honest. Be honest with yourself. Is it me? Am I the problem right now? Am I creating the stress right now? Am I the stressor? And then move on. Move on. Because sometimes it's we make it bigger than what it is. And sometimes we just have to reevaluate it and then say, okay, you know what? We can't do it that way. But sometimes, as I said, we have to recharge. We got to take a moment. We got to step back, reprocess everything, and then move forward. So that's recharging. The next one, relax. Relax. If it's not, as my mom would say when she was resting, if you're not dying and the house is not on fire, don't come tell me anything. Y'all figure it out. So when we were having, our sibling issues or whatever, so if it's not an emergency, so if you're not dying, if it's not a death situation, if it's not a true emergency, relax, recognize the situation for what it is, and then go with it accordingly. Change what you can and let go of what's out of your control. So if you can change how you can do it, if you can change moving from it, do that. And then go on. What you can't control, you have to accept it. Accept you can't control your person's condition. Yes, they used to be XYZ. Yes, they used to be able to do XYZ. We have to accept that they're not, this is their new norm. This is your new norm. So we have to accept that. And that's out of our control. And once we accept that, a lot of times, a lot of that stress, and we're able to relax because we're not so driven to keep trying to make things the way they were. So, and that's a part of being present. Know it's okay when you mess up. Let go of perfection. Relax. We all make mistakes and we're all entitled to make mistakes. So relax. And like I say, if it's not that emergency, you're not dying, the house not on fire, it's okay. I promise you it's okay. So just relax, chill. And once again, if it's not an emergency, breathe, rest, and reset. Again, if it's not an emergency, breathe, rest, and reset. And that's how we relax. So we're going to redirect. We're going to recharge. We're going to relax. And then the next thing we're going to do, we're going to refresh. So refresh. Learn from the situation. This is how we refresh. Make it a learning moment, a teachable moment for whoever the other person. But make sure that you're learning from the situation. Make changes for next time. Okay, if this comes back up, okay, my caregiver wants us to do it this way. So now I'm going to change my attitude. I'm going to change the way that I do this. And we're going to go with it that way. So we're going to make changes for next time. And focus on the positive aspects. So everybody, we're all different. We all have different opinions. We all have different personalities. And we can learn from that. And even though it's different, someone's idea may be different from ours. Let's focus on the positive aspect of their idea. Okay, I may have wanted to do it this way, but oh yeah, that is a good idea. I like this, that about it. So, okay, how about we merge that together and we do it this way? So a lot of times when we do that, we can move forward and look at the big picture. The big picture is accomplishing the goal. So it's not, I don't have to do it my way. We don't have to do it their way. We have to accomplish this goal. So let's accomplish this goal. And that's the big picture. It's not my way. It's not your way. It's us coming together to accomplish the goal. And whatever that goal is, we're going to make it happen. And then the next one, when we're refreshing, we have to forgive. Forgive ourselves. Forgive the other person. I'm going to say that again. Forgive ourselves. Forgive the other person. A lot of times we need to forgive ourselves for living in the past, being hard on ourselves, being hard on the other person, expecting certain things. Sometimes our expectations kills us. Expecting certain things from certain people. And a lot of times, have we even voiced those expectations to those individuals? Sometimes that's our issue too. We're expecting us. I'm expecting me from my loved one when that's not them. And that's never been them. So if I can forgive them and forgive myself, I can move forward. And the last part of doing refreshing is doing what's best for you. Sometimes we have to, as I said in, I believe, recharge is removing yourself, changing the situation. Sometimes we feel guilty because we make a change. And not all change is bad. And once again, sometimes change causes stress. But we have to be okay with doing what's best for us. We have to be okay with doing what's best for our loved one. If I'm the caregiver and I know that this is what's best for the individual I'm caring for, and even though they may not like it, I have to do what's best for them. We have to make sure that we're doing what's best for each individual. So those are the 4 R's: redirect, recharge, relax, and refresh. Sorry. So the next thing is activities to help you relieve stress. So once you've redirected yourself from the situation, once you've recharged, we've reassessed the situation, we've relaxed, and we've refreshed. Now let's help us relieve stress. So you can take walks. You can stretch, do yoga, dance, meditation or prayer, read, listen to music, listen to your favorite music, hang out with friends, draw and color. I love to draw and color, and they have the adult coloring books, but hey, I have to be honest, I still use some of my kids' coloring books. Coloring is very relaxing. Build something. Whether it's getting Legos and building something, whether it's getting the Jenga blocks and building something, whether it's out there getting outside and hammering and building something. Clean, organize. That's really helps you relieve stress. Get plenty of rest, whether it's taking naps, whether it's getting a lot of sleep at nighttime when you go to bed. Drink water, eat healthy, practice gratitude, focus on what you are thankful for, what you're grateful for. I got out of bed today. I was able to remember everything today. So definitely practice gratitude. Think about happy memories. Get out an old album or go through your phone and look at old pictures and just go back to a time when everyone and everything was happy. Journal. Journaling is so good, and you can put sometimes those thoughts, that thinking down on paper. Journal your prayers. journal your goals. You can just journal how you handled this situation this time, how different ways I can handle it next time. And the last one is ask for help. Ask for help when you're overworked, overwhelmed, and stressed. Whether that's asking someone to help you take some things off your plate, whether that's talking to a mental health person, whether it's a therapist, a counselor, your pastor, minister, a friend, asking for help helps relieve stress. So these are just a few that I thought would be very helpful. And there are things that you can do for your mental, for your physical, and for your spiritual. So I try to hit each one of those boxes with some of the activities that you can do to relieve stress. Next one. So to end it, keep in mind that stress is a natural and normal part of life. These suggestions and tips don't mean that chronic stress will stop completely. So remember, chronic stress is that long-term stress. So if your loved one has a chronic health condition that is is indefinite, that may be a stressor for you. That's a stressor for them. But how you go about dealing with that will help. This is a process that takes time, care, and persistence, not to fall back into our unhealthy coping skills. Stress may minimize, but it could take weeks or months for you to learn and practice healthier coping mechanism to your stressors. You are now entering a stress-free zone. And that's what we're hoping that these little tips will help you do, is enter a stress-free zone when you become stressed. And we're here to help. And you can go to dearencourager.org where we can assist you and help you. That is the end of my presentation. Please let me know if any of you have questions, comments. Yes.
Yes, well, thank you so much, Vanessa. And I just want to tell you, as you were presenting, I was trying my best to listen to these coping mechanisms as I was trying to get this presentation to start going.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Well,
And we will definitely have it up. And that's what I want to make sure that it was there. And I will put it separately so they can see it big as well. Because we definitely know that stressor is a everyday challenge for some, and we want to make sure that you can go to this PowerPoint, this slide, and just take notes and take these tips and use them.
absolutely. So, are there any questions from any of the platforms? Feel free to put your questions in.
Yes, yes. And even if you watch this later, please put your questions in, because we will get to them and we will answer each one of them.
Yes.
So Keisha, you make sure that you take some of these tips for you have a lot on your plate right now with Jaden graduating and everything. So I know you have a lot of extra external stressors right now.
Yes, I do. Yes, but I'm trying my best to breathe through it and just say it's a fun time. So we should allow it to be a fun time and not a stressful time.
Yeah.
And yeah, but oh my gosh, it's less than a month away.
Yes.
But everyone, this is a very good presentation, and please feel free to share it with your friends and family, your coworkers, people you barely know, anybody, because every one of us suffers from some form of stress at a particular time in our lives. And so I think if we would all just take time and relax and use our coping mechanisms, we may have better relationships and better communication also. And feel free if you want to ask questions here, you can ask questions here. Feel free to use the contact us on dearencourager.org. I'm going to put it over here in the comment section. I think I'm doing that. And I'll even take tips on how to make these presentations go better. If you would like to volunteer and help us get that going, we'll take that also.
Yes, we love guest presenters because we know there are a lot people with a lot of knowledge, and we welcome them to this platform to share.
Absolutely. Well, if there's nothing else, as they say,
well, all minds clear.
All minds clear and on one accord. We're going to say good night to everyone, and yes, just don't forget to share. Take care.
Yes, and thank you all.
Goodbye.